If you want a device that actually helps you read and focus, this can be a smart buy. But if you expect it to feel like a normal tablet, it's an instant skip. The Bigme B7 Color is a 7-inch color ePaper device with real 4G connectivity and calling, and that combination is the whole point. The deal breaker is simple. If you want paper-like reading with color highlights and you want to stay connected without Wi-Fi, it makes sense. But if you want smooth scrolling and tablet-style color speed, you'll hate it. By the end, you'll know if it fits your daily routine or if it's the wrong kind of tech for you. A lot of people are trying to reduce screen fatigue without giving up convenience. You want to read more, keep notes cleaner, and handle documents without staring at a bright phone or a glowing tablet that pulls you into distractions. The Bigme B7 Color is built for that calm tech lane because it's using a paper-like electronic ink display, but it also runs Android and adds built-in 4G, including voice calling support, so it's made for life outside the desk. This device makes the most sense for you if you're a commuter reader, a traveler, or someone who wants a portable e-ink setup that can still run apps and stay connected when Wi-Fi isn't around. It's also a fit if you read a lot of PDFs, articles, and ebooks, and you like using color and highlights to organize what matters. But you should avoid it if your day depends on fast, smooth motion, heavy video, or bright tablet-style color, because color e-paper is about comfort and clarity, not flashy speed. Picture the main scenario like this. You're commuting or waiting somewhere, and you want to read a chapter, mark a few lines, and capture a quick note without pulling out your phone and getting dragged into notifications. With a 7-inch display, it stays compact, and with a paper-like screen, it's designed for longer sessions that feel calmer on your eyes, compared to typical bright screens. The listing also points to a sharper reading setup with a maximum resolution of 1264 by 1680, and it even calls out higher reading sharpness in black and white, around 300 dpi, with color around 150 dpi. In real life, that means text and line work can look crisp, while color is more about organization and highlights than about ultra-sharp photo detail. Now let's do the problem, benefit, mini conclusion rhythm, because that's what really helps you decide. Problem 1 is distraction and fatigue. A normal tablet is powerful, but it invites you into bright backlight and endless app switching. The B7's color e-ink approach is meant to keep you in one lane, so reading and document time feels more intentional. Mini conclusion, if your goal is longer focus sessions, this kind of screen is built for that. Problem 2 is getting stuck the moment you leave Wi-Fi. A lot of e-ink devices are great at home, then feel limited the second you're outside. The Bigme B7 is different because it's built around always available connectivity with 4G compatibility and voice calling support, meaning you can browse, use apps, and communicate without depending on Wi-Fi. Mini conclusion, if you're always moving, 4G is not a gimmick. It can change whether the device is occasional or daily. Problem 3 is the fear that e-ink equals slow and weak. The listing points to an octa-core processor in the 2.3 to 2.4 GHz range, with 8 GB of memory and 128 GB of storage. It also mentions expandable storage via micro SD, which matters if you keep a lot of PDFs, ebooks, and work files. Mini conclusion, it's designed to feel like a real modern device for reading and light productivity, not a locked-down reader that can't keep up. Here's the simple test. If you want a pocketable color e-paper device that replaces random phone time with reading, notes, and documents, and you care about staying connected without hunting for Wi-Fi, then you're the right buyer for this category. If you want smooth tablet behavior, fast scrolling everywhere, and perfect color detail, then the best move is skipping this category entirely. Now let's talk about what you can actually do with it. Reading is the obvious one, and 7 inches is a familiar size for everyday carry. Where the color part becomes useful is organization. Color helps you separate headings, categories, and priorities, especially when you highlight and revisit notes later. It can also make certain documents, charts, comics, and visual pages easier to scan than plain black and white, as long as you remember it's e-ink color, not a glossy tablet screen. Then there's Documents and Productivity. The listing positions it as more than an ebook reader because it runs Android and it's built to handle apps for work and daily life. It also calls out support for common document formats, including things like PDF, EPUB, and Office-style files like DOC and DOCX, which is exactly the type of support that matters when your day includes ebooks plus real documents. Add in the ability to annotate and make notes, it becomes a device you can carry for reading, markup, and quick capture. The note-taking angle is important too. The page mentions switching between note-taking, document annotation, and creative tasks with a magnetic stylus. That's a very specific workflow. You read, you mark, you write, and everything stays in that calmer e-ink space. Just keep your expectations realistic. It's made for note capture, planning, and markup, not for heavy creative work that depends on fast, full-color refresh. Portability is part of the pitch, and the listing details point to a thin device around 0.2 of an inch, but you should also know this. The weight listed is roughly in the 1.7 to 1.8 plus pound range, depending on the variant, which is heavier than some people expect for a 7-inch device. That doesn't automatically make it bad, it just changes how it feels in one-hand use. Now the honest downsides, kept short and practical. First, Color e-ink refresh is not tablet smooth, so some scrolling in certain apps will feel slower or less fluid than you're used to on a bright screen. Second, for a 7-inch device, the weight can be noticeable, especially if you plan to hold it one-handed for long sessions. Maybe you're thinking, why not just use a phone and a cheap tablet and call it a day? That's fair, because tablets are great for price and speed, but they're built around brightness and distraction, while this is built around comfort and focus. Maybe you're thinking the calling feature is weird for an e-ink device, and the simple way to judge it is this. If you move around a lot and you want one device that can stay connected, it becomes genuinely useful. But if you're always on Wi-Fi and happy using your phone for calls, it's a bonus, not the main reason to buy. So here's the recommendation, clean and simple. Buy the Bigme B7 Color when you want paper-like reading with color organization and the freedom of Android, plus 4G connectivity and calling for life on the go. Skip it if you want tablet-level smoothness and fast color motion, because that's not what ePaper is designed to deliver. If you want the short version, this device is about calmer reading and cleaner notes first, with color and always available connectivity as the upgrade that makes it feel more like a daily carry. The main reason to buy is replacing phone distractions with focused reading, markup, and notes anywhere, and the reason to skip is expecting tablet-smooth speed from a color e-ink screen. Drop your use case in the comments, commuting, work docs, reading, or planning, and I'll tell you if this category fits you. And if you like reviews that help you avoid the wrong tech, subscribe, because the best device is the one you still reach for when you're tired, busy, and on the move.